Hello everybody, welcome to Sami Hannah and welcome to another video. In today's video we are going to be doing another thrift flip, and essentially it's where we take something that would have ended up in the landfill that isn't getting worn and you're not quite sure what to do with these garments. I give them a new lease on life by completely transforming them. If this is a video concept that interests you, I do have another video where I transformed a couple of garments that I thrifted from the SPCA, and this dress being one of them. So if this is the content that you are looking for, be sure to watch that video afterwards. In today's video, we are going to be transforming a pair of jeans. Now, I thrifted these old Levi jeans from the SPCA quite a while ago actually, and I haven't got the wear that I would have liked to out of them. They are a little bit stained, a little bit messed up, and I didn't see that when I bought the jeans, so it's just been sitting in my cupboard. I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw this really cool video of these people transforming old unworn jeans into bags, and I was like, I can do that. Now, I've never made a bag before and I've never really worked with denim before either, but like every sewist, you gotta have a little bit of ambition and delusion to make something happen, and if you believe that you can do it enough, it will get done. So I've kind of watched the video of how people make them, and I've looked at a couple of pictures of different variants that you can get, and I think I have an idea of how we're going to kind of construct this bag. Now, I know some people are a little bit torn on thrift flips and think that it's a waste of a garment. However, these jeans I have thrifted from a charity, so the money has gone to charity. It was for a good cause. I didn't wear them. I tried to sell them. No one wants them. I tried to donate them. No one wants them. It didn't just fit them right. It's one of those low-waisted pants that was super big in the 90s and 2000s. They were gonna just end up not getting used or ended up in the landfill again. So I know it may seem like it's a waste, but I would get way more use out of these jeans when they're a bag than them just kind of sitting in my cupboard taking up space. So don't stress. I will use as much of the jeans as I can, and it will go to good use, I promise. So grab yourself a coffee, a hot chocolate, a hot beverage of choice, some snacks, sit back and relax, enjoy the chaos that is about to take place in the sewing room today. Can you tell it's a bright day this morning? Wow, that is some sun. Okay, we need to close some curtains here. I think that's a bit better. I apologize for the lighting. It is very early in the morning and we're working with what we've got. So for this project, like I said, I've never made a bag before, so I have no idea what I actually need, but I think I have everything that I need. So obviously we've got our pair of jeans that we're going to be upcycling. I've got some thread, I've got my lining fabric, which is this very cute little floral moment. This could potentially be straps as well. I'll put up the TikTok video that I saw. It's quite a good guideline of what I think I need to do, but essentially they take off all like the leather back label thing. They take off the pockets. So that is what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to unpick a whole bunch of some features that I want. Now, I see in the video, in the TikTok videos, they use a razor. I don't have a razor to unpick. I've got my quick unpick. So hopefully this does still work, because I know obviously it's a little bit more hardy with the denim. That took me much longer than what I thought it would. I think it's just a testament to how well made Levi jeans are. But I managed to get everything off that I think I would want to include in the bag. And we kind of left with this. So all the top part, the pockets are off. And basically this is going to be the actual bag, the legs. which I will figure out in a second, but I just wanted to show you the little bits and pieces that I cut off. I am definitely gonna have to get a new one of these. The denim has completely blunted this, but we have the 2 back pockets, we've got the labels, we've got the little front pocket that I cheated and I just cut out because of the hardware that is literally sticking those 2 pieces of fabric together. And then I've got the waistband, which I think I want to use on the top of the bag just to include a little bit of the silver hardware. So the next part of the project is to cut up the legs to make the actual bag. I do see in the TikTok that they cut the legs off and then they sew multiple panels together. I'm not too sure, but I'm just basically going to cut both the legs off, unpick them and see what kind of diameter we're working with, and that will kind of determine the size of the bag that I'm going to make. So that's what I'm going to do now. This is why the quick unpick can be quite dangerous sometimes. Do you know how many times I've done that to a finished garment? These things can be sharp, so just be careful. But now I have a ginormous hole in the one side of my pants, so I'm actually just going to cut the seam. I was going to unpick the whole thing to allow a little bit more seam allowance, but scratch that. This is what we are left with. We've got 2 of the leg panels and I can see the shape more clearly now. It kind of tapers in here and then it goes out at the top. Can you kind of see that shape? So obviously we need a bag that is symmetrical. We don't want too much of a curvy seam. So I'm thinking we maybe cut it here, and that part will be the bag, and then this part will be the straps. And this is pretty much all that is left. It's like a Daisy Duke kind of situation. I'll keep this aside to see if maybe we can use anything else, but I think that is the plan. I'm just lining everything up, making sure that we cut the pants equally. I won't lie, I'm a little bit scared and I may be procrastinating because obviously I've only got 1 pair of Levi's, and if I cut it wrong, there is quite literally no coming back. I don't have another pair of jeans to just cut up, and I also don't want to waste this pair. I'm scared. Let's do it. Okay, I've just got my little chalk marking tool and I think we're going to cut it there. Let's make the cut. I don't even think this thing is going to be able to make the cut. Oh, actually not too bad. We did it! It's cut. I've just pinned down this middle seam here, attaching the legs together, so I'll show you on the back. So this is one leg and this is one leg. This is where I've kind of joined them together just to give a little bit more of a wider shape. And then I think I'm gonna do the same at the back where I attach the leg pieces together down that seam. Now I think it's a bit too long, so I am going to crop it, and then I gotta think of orientation of the pockets and stuff before I attach it, because once it's attached it's quite tricky to apply all the other stuff on. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a little play with placements and then I will make my final decision. I have been procrastinating long enough. I think it's time to sew the first seam, and I've just attached my walking foot because it is a bit of a bulky fabric to work with, and I got it for my birthday, so I'm keen to use it. I don't have the perfect thread match, so I heard a little hack the once that if you don't have the perfect thread match, use a grey thread and it mimics color of the fabric that you are sewing with. So I've put in grey thread. I don't know if it's the right thread, I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's just have some fun and play around and see how it goes. This is so cool. My normal foot would not have been able to handle this bulk. Oh, this is so cool. I'm excited again. Okay. gosh, it's going through so easy. I understand the hype now. I do. This is what we are left with. So we've got our panels secured. I did double stitching along there, and the grey thread was definitely the move. You can't see it at all. I'm just kind of playing around with placements, and it was looking a little bit too much like a denim skirt, which it's not the vibe I'm going for. So I'm definitely going to put this around the top, and then I want to put a pocket in the middle with the Levi label there. And then do we put the Levi little mini label there? I think so. This is where we are at. The pocket is sewn on, the label's on, and now it is time to do the back applique with the pockets. These are the two pockets that I have left. I've got this little coin purse and I've got a big one left over, but I don't really know which one to use because I do want a pocket on the inside, which I'm thinking maybe this one, because it is a little bit small to have on the outside. It looks a bit lost, but I do like the contrast of having like a big pocket on the front and then a small pocket on the back. That looks a bit too big. Do we layer them? Pocket is stitched on. I had to do a little reinforcement around these hardware button things because my machine obviously can't go over them and I don't have a tool to take them off and put them back on. So it's a very small coin purse, but it's more for the aesthetics, let's be real. Okay, so now all that's left to do so far is sewing up the seam. I got impatient and I sewed the bottom of the bag and I created this really cool rounded out shape. I still need to press it and top stitch it to make it lie nice and flat, so it's not fully done yet, so it does look a little bit janky, but look what we have. We have something that looks like a bag. How cool. And then this is the back. I'm so stoked with that. This is honestly coming together how I envisioned it in my brain. And I'm really, really stoked. So still a lot to do, but I'm taking my time with this project because, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just making it up as I go along. And I have to go to work. So this is going to be end of day 1. I will catch up with you guys for day 2, where I think we're going to add the lining. Today was not meant to be a sewing day, it was meant to be a prepping day, and one thing led to another and now I'm sewing. I don't have much time, I do have work very soon, so I just want to do very small things, but the prep ended up going into things that need to be filmed for the video. What I've done, you would have seen in the time lapse, I cut out my lining fabric. I basically just put the bag on the fabric, I traced it out, and then I added a centimeter seam allowance around the sides and the bottom, and then I added a 2 centimeter seam allowance on the top because obviously we're going to be stitching and flipping it into the bag. And I've taken the pocket, I've stitched my little Stelmy Hannah label on the side, and this is going to be the inside pocket. What I plan to do before work today is to stitch the pocket down on the lining, stitch the lining together, and then see how we are for time when we get to that point. Maybe we can stitch the lining to the denim bag and then put it inside out, which is very exciting. So I made myself a coffee, and this is technically day 2. Unplanned day 2. Pocket is on the lining. Very neat stitching. I'm so happy with that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this lining piece and have the pocket facing me, and then I've got my second lining piece and I'm going to put the right side of the fabric. So this is the wrong side, this is the right side. We're going to put that on the pocket. So that's the wrong side, that's the wrong side. Right sides are together, and we're going to sew everything but the top. So we're going to sew down, around the bottom, all the way up on the other side, and then leaving the top open. I haven't done this video in a tutorial style just because obviously I'm figuring it out as I'm going along. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. So if you would like a tutorial, let me know in the comments down below and I can maybe do another one for you guys where I explain what I've done in each step. Let me know. This is our lining all pressed, looking fabulous. And then this is the actual shell. I've even added a little Stormy Hannah label there. Now what we need to do is we need to put the lining on the outside of the bag and then stitch around the top and then flip it inside out. I will walk you through that process. I think we have enough time before work. We are going to take the lining and we're going to turn it inside out again. And then we're going to put the bag on the inside of the lining. So just keep in mind, right side, so this is the right side of the bag. The inside of the lining is the right side, so this is the outside of the lining. We need the right sides together, so we're not gonna turn the bag inside out. So the bag is going to go in like so. And now we want to pin the top of the bag to the top of the lining all the way around, leaving a little gap so that we can flip it inside, flip it the right way around. See, I told you, lots of inside out, outside, right side in sewing. It can get very confusing, but yeah, just gotta get your brain around it. It is time to flip the right way around. I've made my hole very small. I don't know how this is all gonna fit, but let's see. Very finicky, but I think we get to the end now. Yes. Oh my gosh, it worked. Yay. Okay, so there's a lining and this is the outside. And then I think we just push it in. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Sewing is so freaking cool. Oh my gosh, that's so sick. Yay. Now I've just got to stitch up that opening that we made, and I really like the fact that I added enough seam allowance so that it sticks out at the top. You guys, how cute is it looking? This is so satisfying for me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it works out. It surprises me every time. Yeah, I may need to change my design a little bit. I originally planned to have this. Well, I guess maybe I could still have it just maybe below instead of sitting right at the top, because I really like that peekaboo of the lining fabric. But I haven't fully decided on the straps yet, which is why I didn't add the straps sandwiched between the lining and the bag. I'm not sure if I want a double strap in the middle, if I want one long one on either side. But anyway, this is the bag so far. I top stitched all the way around the bag so that the lining stays put. And then the lining on the inside. I don't know if you can see, I don't know how to show lining of a bag, but there's that pocket that we sewed, and you can pop your, let's actually test it. It's so cool, look. All the raw edges are enclosed. Gosh, Hannah, you're doing a fantastic job of showing the inside of this bag. I wish I could carry on, but I don't think I have enough time. Because all that's pretty much left to do is the straps. And to be honest, I'm so undecided on what to do with the strap. Like, this would be pretty cool as a strap. How cool would that look with that there? And then you've got one strap, but then that means the one on the reverse side can't be like that. So I don't know if I want odd straps, but it might be a cool feature to have. I think I'm gonna finish off here for today, and then I'm gonna ponder about the straps and see what I really want to do. That was pretty successful for an impromptu sewing day. I will see you when we add the straps. We are so close to finishing. We are so close. Good morning, everybody. It is day 3 and it is straps and finishing touches day. I made myself a coffee this morning and I'm ready to get this bag done. So I was debating on what to do with the straps, and I think I've settled on doing straps like a tote bag like this. And I really do like the way that this bag kind of sits underneath my arm. So I'm going to use these straps as a guideline as to how long I want the straps. So yes, I am wearing the same pants 3 days in a row. These are the most comfortable pants I've ever worn in my life. They are so flowy. They're made of this soft brushed stretch jersey cotton fabric. They are just so comfortable and I can't stop wearing them. And yes, I did make them. So yeah, you're gonna see these pants a lot in this video. First unpick session of today. I sewed the wrong side of this fabric to the outside. So when I flip it the right way around, the wrong side of this fabric is going to be facing. So I have to unpick this whole strap and redo that again. Straps are done and now I need to turn it the right way, which I think is going to be a lot of fiddling, but let's see how it goes. My goodness, after what felt like an eternity of fiddling, I finally got the straps the right way, and now I need to give them a press. Straps are pressed and ready to go. This is what it's going to look like on the inside, and then the denim will be showing on the outside. Put the tote bag that I'm referencing on top of my denim bag, and they're roughly around about the same size. And I'm just going to mark where the straps are, and that's going to be my guide. Lucky, we have a bag. It is inside out currently. Then I think we are on the last step. And yes, I had a pants change because holy cow, spring is coming. It is getting so hot and those sweaty sewing sessions are definitely on my horizon, and I'm not really looking forward to it. I'm gonna miss our cozy winter sewing sessions. But alas, let me show you the straps that I just did. I kind of just copied the tote bag that was over here. I opted for the little crisscross method where you sew in a box and then you crisscross just to reinforce those straps a little bit more. Last step is to attach this little belt loop waist situation from the jeans. I had so much fun on this project, guys. Honestly, it was so much easier than what I thought it was going to be. I'd never made a bag before. This was my first time working with denim, and I went in quite apprehensive, not knowing what to expect. So pleasantly surprised. It really didn't take me that long, and I really highly recommend you try it out with some old jeans that you have sitting in your cupboard. The only thing that I will say is having a walking foot just made the whole process so much easier. I don't think with a normal presser foot if all of this bulk could have been handled, but if you do have a walking foot or you have something similar that will assist you, it is so much fun. I really did enjoy it, and now I am so excited to go thrifting for some more jeans and to make a whole bunch for gifts and just to kind of try out different layouts with the pockets. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. It basically just lets me know what content you are enjoying and I can make more of that content. And we are so close to hitting 2,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe. Enjoy the Style Me Hannah family. It's completely free. It's just basically letting you know when I post videos once you are subscribed. I'm going to finish off this video with the reveal shots, so I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much again for watching. I'll see you really soon. Bye.